Give me a second, please. All right, gentlemen, y'all ready? All right, first off, just so very proud of our football team. We've talked about it, since we started back in January. It's about the investment, the work, the relationships. We've got a very confident football team in times of adversity because they know they've invested work. And, I thought that tonight, even with the adversity that showed up, guys were down. Some guys were not available, didn't make the trip, some of our best football players. But tonight, our guys, they willed themselves to victory. I'm so proud of Tate Rodemaker. I knew we could win with Tate. Knew we could win with Tate. And I've seen it in practice. I've seen him work. I've seen him so much invest and be prepared for the moment. He got put in a challenging situation on the road. But he just went out there and responded there in the second half. It is just a incredible example for what this team is built on. And I'm just so proud of our players, our coaches. I mean, that's a special night. That's one that I will remember forever. Because, it was an incredible atmosphere that, having to play in. There was a lot of adversity that showed up. But, we talk about that heart. We talk about the identity, and the identity of Florida State football showed up tonight on a national stage. And so I'm just proud of our team. I want to give credit to Louisville. That was an incredible game. They have some tremendous players. Those guys compete hard. It was a physical, tough, back and forth with the coaches, schematically. It was just a fun game to be a part of. And I'm just so happy for our guys that at the end, it just took one more play. And same thing that showed up in the Superdome a few weeks ago. We got our one more play. And with that, I'll take questions.
What was it like to see Johnny step up and make a play?
Yeah, it's, Johnny's been incredible, just his growth from spring practice to this fall. We believe we got a special player there. We've got, he sees the moment, and, his size, his speed, going and attacking the ball. It was really, really an impressive performance. Put the ball in great places for him, and, to see those two connecting, that's what it's all about. And a lot of guys showed up big tonight. It was a fun performance for our football team. Just when guys seize the moment, and we tell them you never know when your number's going to be called, but you got to be ready. And to see guys, Trey Benson there in the second half, some of those runs were incredible. Trey Ward continues an incredible leader for us. Guys on the offensive line that had to battle, playing different positions, moving around. The defensive front, Patrick Payton, coming in for Jared, when he went down, and just, the Ray with Fabian not playing tonight. We got really into our depth at D tackle, just across our whole team. It's hard to point out any. It was a heck of a response, and just once again, really proud of them. And I thought, but yes, Johnny did an exceptional job.
Louisville scored to go ahead 28-21. It was a TV timeout. You talked one-on-one with Tate. What did you tell him at that point?
Just keep playing. Trust your eyes, trust your feet. Go out there and trust your training. That's the reality of it. What he did tonight, I've seen before. Now, it's not been on Friday night national television, but I like I said at the beginning, I knew we could win with Tate. And for him to go out in the second half, being down, on the road, hostile environment, and he just kept playing. And, that was something, like I said, it was special.
How do you report on Travis?
He was unavailable to come back in the game. We'll get back home and be able to reevaluate that. But, that
injury, knee?
No, was unavailable.
Okay.
Mike, with Tate, the first pass I think was an intentional grounding and then a pretty bad interception going in halftime. What did you tell him in that moment at halftime? Because it didn't look great those first two drives. And what changed?
Well, he took a deep breath. You're sitting there and that's part of this game. There's emotion in this game. It's, he got put into challenging situation, and it didn't go great at the beginning. But but ultimately he took a deep breath at halftime. We knew the plan of what we wanted to do, and he went out there and executed flawlessly there in the second half. I mean, even on some of the incompletions that he threw, it was just like he was in control. He was in control in that second half, and I thought he did a remarkable job. He just played football, and the guy is a good football player. And I mean, like I said, I get to watch it every day. And, we've got one of the best quarterbacks in the country in Jordan Travis and, Tate and AJ and those guys, the way that they compete, the ability that they have. I mean, you just never know. And I mean, that's why you play this game. That's why you coach this game, for times like this, when your number's called and you get to rise up and just go show people how you respond, especially when it doesn't go well.
How big was it for him to just get a good play, to throw to Johnny in the middle of the field? How big was it just for him to do that in the game?
That's part of the deep breath. I mean, it's like you want it so bad, and ultimately he's taken absolutely a spin of football, and we've known that, and he's shown that time over time, and but his preparation, the things that we had in the game plan that he was able to go out and execute, and it's even some of the checks and things that we were able to put in, but when he got out there, just did what he did in practice, and once you connect on the deep ball to Johnny, it probably puts you in a lot more comfortable situation, and and then he just continued to be our quarterback for that game and bringing us back to victory.
I know he was probably spending more time talking to you or talking to Coach Tokars up in the box, but we said, what was Jordan doing? I mean, was Jordan talking to him? How was Jordan staying involved? It seemed like he was really
Absolutely, and I told Jordan at halftime when I knew that he was going to be that he wasn't going to be available in the second half. I told Jordan, I said, all right, you got a job to do. It's everybody has a role. Jordan is special when he's on that football field in between the white lines. He's special when he's on the sideline too. Like the impact that he makes, his encouragement, these guys are brothers. They care about each other. I've said that since, we started fall camp. You asked me about what I thought the identity was of who these guys were. They are a family. They care. And, even though Jordan couldn't make a play in the second half on the field, he was definitely there to help support his guys right off the field. And that's what this is about. That's the thing that makes Florida State special. It is the people. And yes, they're incredibly talented young men, and they're growing up, and we're still at the beginning of our journey. That's like the mistakes we made. We've got a lot to clean up. But what matters to me is that our character, our identity, the foundational elements of this program, man, we're showing what we're about. And, when guys can't go on the field, right, when they're not available, but they're still making an impact, that's what makes it special.
Where does that come from? Like the identity, the ability to respond? That's something you've seen for months, if not a year now, I guess. How have you guys built that?
We coach them really hard. We hold them to very high standards, right? I'm not talking about standards that are just out there on the field. Right, the standard we hold them off the field, in the classroom, in the community. Every day, the focus and the purpose is to be their best. Right? Tonight wasn't about Louisville. Last couple of weeks wasn't about LSU. It wasn't about anybody else. What I care about is that Florida State football, and the young men I get to coach can go out there every day and put their best foot forward. And then when they get knocked down, when they have a bad moment, how they get up and how they respond. Right? This program is not for everybody, but for the ones that are in that locker room, it's for them. Because they embrace that challenge. Because whenever you find yourself down in the second half, right, and on the road, and all the emotion and everything that's there, they can focus in on one play. They can look at the guy that's next to them and know, what, they've been through it with them. From our tour of duty to our winter programs, summer workouts, all those things. It just puts you in position. It doesn't guarantee success. Hard work does not guarantee success, but it dang sure puts you in the best position to achieve it. And that's what these guys are doing. And the focus next week will be on us to go get better. Now, we got to heal up. We got a lot of things that we're going to have to continue to grow and improve on and all of it. But I know the team I coach. I know the guys I work with, and I can promise you we're going to work our butts off to make sure that when we step on the field the next time, we're better than what we were today.
What did you think of what you got from the defense, and how much did the absence of Fabian?
That is a very talented offense. Playing at home, you could just feel. That Malik Cunningham is a special player, and those running backs that ran hard, receivers made plays. It was a challenge, and they got there were some plays that they had, but ultimately we were able to start. We created some takeaways, and that we knew that was going to be big in this game. They were going to make some plays, but ultimately, if we could make those explosives of being able to get the ball back. How about the fourth down stop? In the sequence before the second to last drive. I mean, those moments, man, the guys just rose up, and I'm just so proud of them. I thought our defense, really played hard. There were some times we had bad communication. Some guys, just with all the right intentions, we got to continue to put that best foot forward. But they found a way. And at the end of the day, the defense was on the field, and they needed a stop, and they went and got that stop.
How many guys do you think you need to evaluate injury-wise when you get back to Tallahassee?
I mean, all of them. I mean, it's a physical game. I mean, it's part of it, and so we'll get back. We'll see where everybody's at, and we'll go from there. But I promise you, our team they'll get up, they'll push, they'll fight to do everything that they can do. The guys that couldn't finish the game, I promise they're going to push to do everything they can do to be available next week, and if not, then as quick as possible because they're going to put in work.
You made an emphasis on how the team responded after LSU. Now, after a win like this, how do you want your team to respond to it?
Get better. Enjoy it. Man, you hear it in the locker room, right? I mean, I want them to enjoy this. This is, you compete for these moments. When we get home, we'll go and look at it. I'm gonna give them off tomorrow. They'll all be having treatments, just so you know. But Sunday we're gonna come back and we'll go back to work. Right, we'll learn from the mistakes. We'll celebrate the good things that were done. But ultimately, the objective will never change here. I'm gonna expect them to step on that field Sunday better than they've ever stepped on that field. And then Lord willing, we get to Tuesday, we're gonna go be better than what we've been. And that is the message. And you guys, especially local guys, are out there, on our bye week practice. We had one day that was average, right? And I let them know it was average. And then they let me know that they were going to respond, right? Because that's not who they are. And do I think that helped us? Do I think that helped us win today? You're dang right I do. Right? And I believe in the character of this team. I love coaching this team, and where that takes us, we're going to continue to work. But it's a special night and special performance by our football team, our coaches, and I do want to give a shout out to all the Seminole family that was here. I mean, unbelievable turnout. I mean, when you sit there in the third and fourth quarter and you hear that war chant playing, I like having to hear people boo because our fans are making that type of impact. So I appreciate everybody that made the trip to Louisville. That was special tonight. Thank you. Oh, that was like my exit. If somebody has another question, Derek wants more.
Thank you, Mike.